Hey guys, it's Dirk with DMP Home Inspection, and this is my van. I actually just cleaned it out, and the only thing I actually kept in here was the tripod, which I'll be using in about two minutes here, and then my change of shoes, which I normally put in the front seat, so I don't forget them at any inspection. But now that it's all cleaned out, I'm going to kind of show you how I set up my van, and then kind of talk about the tools that I have. You ready? Let's dive in. So this is what it looks like. It actually kind of just sits in there just like that. Grabbing a little spray to make sure that we spray white. Do the same thing this side. It's a water shut-off valve. It looks just like that. You go down and you turn off the water. That's in case of an emergency. We want to make sure that if something does happen, that we are prepared for whatever comes next. So what I do is I slide that right up underneath here, where it's not used very often, but I know where it is. I slide that in this way, and that slides right inside that groove right here. Is a thing that I made that can actually poke into the ground if we need to find a septic tank. 4-foot level, another painter stick, which just in case something, one time I ran into a snake and I had to move it out of my way. Not a bad thing to keep in your vehicle. Put that in here, like so. Put it in there. And then I also have another stick here that goes off. I just keep it on the side here, just in case. We have gloves. Never, ever, ever want to go to inspection without gloves. We don't know when we're going to use them, but we want to make sure that we have them. And just for you guys to notice that I did make this deal that just kind of fits right in here. That way it slides nice in there and locks into place. With that, a little 2-foot ladder. Now I put that in here backwards. Fits perfect. One thing I like the most is I carry a hard hat, certified master inspector on the top. Carry that. I also have a little spot right here to screw on my action cam. I also carry PPE, which is essential when you're doing new construction. A lot of hat all together. So it fits just like that. That fits right in here like that. Then got 165-foot tape measure when I'm measuring buildings to make sure that they actually made it properly. Carry my hard hat. Internachi gave me the hat. I got the little bump cap. I make sure I keep that with me too. This deal that fits right on my arm with it. Okay, and as you can tell, it's pretty simple. Action cam fits right there, and I can just drive it with this looking at my arm. So, that's right. Inside the bin, I normally carry a brush, an umbrella, a vacuum, a hat, gloves, towels. Never have enough towels. Knee pads, a nice little warm hat for the occasions. I also carry a rain jacket, pants, just in case. extra pants, extra painting pants, underwear, and shirt just in case. Also carry an extra D&P shirt just in case. Towel. Towel. Oh, look at that. And this is for crawling underneath trailers and stuff, because I don't really want to get my clothes all nasty. It's my emergency kit. Here's another toolbox that I actually carry with me. This is an inspector carbon monoxide kit with lighter in there. And if you've been following my videos, you know exactly what that's for. I also carry this monoscope, which if you look up, make sure that things are the way they're supposed to be. Carry another little camera. It's a micro camera. You can see that right there. Carry that with me everywhere I go. I got a couple of these actually. Then I carry this guy here. And you can get these like at Harbor Freight, but it's just a little camera that can snake down into chimneys and stuff. That's what I normally use this for. Sometimes you go into houses and they're missing a crank, so I have a crank with me. I also have my gas sniffer, an extra big flashlight. Never know when you're going to need one. So this is a multi-tester, just in case. That way I can check out the with the amp clamp on there, make sure electricity is running the way it's supposed to. I hardly ever use it, but I got it. And extra screwdrivers, extra level. Here, I do carry some extra tape too on top of that. So in here is the Mac Daddy of all tools, and we'll go through these. This is my pouch. This is what I carry at every inspection I do, every full home inspection. Okay, what I do here is I carry a tape measure, a selfie stick. I don't know what that is. It's actually in case I ever lock myself out of a house, I can actually go underneath and pry open the door without leaving any marks. But what I use it for is electrical and plumbing to make sure that the nail plates are where they're supposed to be. I'll carry a little bit of toilet paper with me. Moisture meter, got a couple of these. Torpedo level, that's what that is. Chalk, just in case. Another gas sniffer. Electrical sniffer. Sorry, this is a sniffer. I also have another window crank here, which is that guy right there. I just put it on a quick release so I can crank open windows. Sometimes you need to do that. Carry a plug with me just in case I have to plug up a sink. I fill everything up to the overflow, make sure that it's working the way it's supposed to work. Then I also carry this guy right here, brought to you in part by Internachi. It is a microwave tester. I carry an electrical tester, just like that. I keep it on a string. I carry a candy thermometer, which works really good. It gives a little bit better accuracy to the water that's coming out the faucet, other than the gun. I also carry in here a black light, which I use sometimes to show customers. Then another screwdriver with multi tool accessories on there. Fault tester. These are tools that I use on a regular basis. I use a small screwdriver for probing. I always keep a marker with you, just in case. And I carry a utility knife and a pencil. That's the first pouch. Something. Carry extra tape. That is for new construction. Normally that goes into the other bag. I'm going to hook on right now. towels. I always keep a towel in my back pocket when I'm doing home inspections. A light for my headlamp. Always carry extra selfie stick even. Carry extra stuff. Extra. And something that I did a little bit different is I put a magnet on one of these, so that way if something does come up and I need to pull something off, I can. This is my wind mitigation pouch. Okay. Normally what I'll do is when I do wind mitigation 4 points, I'll just grab that, put that in here. Here I have a magnet inside the pouch. Then I have my trusty little measuring device here, metal measure, that I can go up into the rafters and check. And I have it set at 7/8, so that way the insurance company knows exactly what I'm talking about. Inside I got my Zircon 6, testing nails. I use a carpenter's ruler to measure the spacings of the nails, and I keep an electrical sniffer in here. Hey guys, I'm probably going to edit this anyways, but you're going to get a good understanding of what I do and have in my bag of tricks. You ready? So the first off is I have this little guy right here. It's a 4K Akaso, it's like a GoPro, but it's cheaper. I find it just as good, if not better, than the GoPro itself. Just shout out to Costco. Then I also have another camera here. I always carry at least 2 of everything, so I have another same deal. I also carry a body cam with me. This is a cheaper body cam, but it does work very, very well. And so far I haven't had any complaints. Next, I carry my FLIR camera. Okay, I believe this is a 6000. I'm not 100% sure. I forgot what it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because what I use it for, it works great. And my wife knitted this little sleeve that it fits into so that I can easily carry it without worrying about scratching the lens. Okay, the next thing that I take with me is, this all actually goes in the bag itself. Okay, and I actually got this bag from a Costco because I actually promoted them before without even asking about it. So an extra moisture meter, keep in this bag just in case mine goes bad. I also carry inside here my Internachi name tag just in case. Sometimes people need that. I carry flashlights. Carry an extra cell phone. This one's broken, but it does the job if I need it. It's an extra layer of protection I have. Okay. Who knows? Okay. In here, I carry a marker. Carry an extra battery pack or a charging station. Carry an extra tester. Now this one's different. It's just going to tell me that it's wired or not, because it doesn't have the 3 prongs on there. I can still test the outlets that are not done together. That's in there. We also carry extra flashlights. Did I mention that we carry extra flashlights? Did I mention we carry extra flashlights? There's a reason. You never know. Okay. Carry a little tape measure with me with my logo. Same thing with the little jar here. I keep that with me because I'm going to test the water in the refrigerator and see if the ice and water is working. So I keep that with me. But when I do that, I also have a headlamp that fits inside here so it doesn't automatically turn on. And that's over here because I've had it charging. That goes in here. Just like that. That way it doesn't bounce around and turn on and off on me. Okay. I also carry one of these guys. And this is a rubber stopper. It's good for bathtubs and stuff. And I put it on a bobber because that way this floats. I don't have to reach all the way down in the tub and pull it up. Just trying to keep myself less wet, I guess. Then I carry an extra charger just in case, and extra batteries for the camera. Along with that, extra markers and things like that, and then I carry the extra battery for the crawl bot. And that all goes inside this backpack.